At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets. There's something for everyone here.
Wisdom will enter your heart and be good for your soul.
Low prices, come and see for yourself. Buy some herbs and other goods I've brought for you from the woods.
The players are carried away by a game of durak. You win. You wander off course and walk onto the road more to the west than you had planned. You stumble upon a ragged man with rotten teeth and rotten eyes. You realize that it's a brigand. Traveling by night in Perm Gubernia is dangerous, and not only because of the evil spirits. The silence is broken by his hoarse voice.
Hey, what do we have here? A girl or something? Right. I'll let you go if you give me all your money.
It seems to me you can't see so well in the dark. I'm not traveling alone.
Come on over here, brigand boy. I fought the Turks, went toe-to-toe with demons, but you're kinda the filthiest of all.
Looking upon the tall soldier, the brigand loses his confidence. He backs away and runs into the woods. In a hurry, he dropped his pouch. You go on your way. Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's Head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. Fir branches poke into the empty windows of an abandoned hut. You are overcome by an unpleasant feeling. There's a good reason they call this place haunted. You squeeze into a slightly open door and clear away the cobwebs. It is dark and empty here. The dead silence gives you chills. You step inside the house and freeze in horror. Under the broken red corner lies a dead man's body. A broken accordion lies nearby, torn as if by a wild beast. You search the dead man and the izba. The former has a pouch with some rubles inside. You tell about the dead man in the nearby village and use the money to pay for his burial and a funeral service. Peasants tell you that several years ago, someone took this skillful musician to an evening gathering during the dead of night. He hadn't been seen since. You walk through the forest. Grim trees hang from all sides, and strange noises are coming from the dark of the night. You freeze with fear when you notice two demons near an unearthed grave. They have already opened the coffin and are methodically skinning the dead body. Overcoming disgust, you open the black book. The first Zagavar will be yours. Having dealt with the demons, you look around. A narrow trail stretches from the grave to the forest. You remember hearing about this place. This overgrown trail leads to an old cemetery. You know about a cemetery nearby and decide to visit it. The tombstones that stand among the trees are enveloped in a gray fog. You look around, expecting an ambush, but everything is eerily quiet. You're in luck. The grave diggers have recently dug up a grave. It stands open, black and hungry, yet unoccupied. You scoop a small amount of fresh cemetery dirt into a sack and whisper some zagavers. This soil will make your witchcraft stronger. You pray for the repose of the souls that lie in this cemetery. The night is silent. You calm down and rest a bit. You walk around the overgrown cemetery and look at the grave crosses, while thinking of all the deaths that made this city of the dead. Who knows? Maybe Ikotniks were around in earlier times. Maybe some are buried here. You hear a whip crack. Shrieking in pain, some unfortunate soul is being driven to hell by a devil. You pause in hesitation. Is this sinner's soul worth a fight? You call out to the devil. He looks at you with his eyes burning with hatred. He bares his claws and approaches you, completely forgetting about his prey. The sinner runs to the forest without wasting any time. The demon's furious roar attracts another one of his kind. To buy some time for the sinner, you immediately start reading zagavers. In the shady ravine lies a great stone. It has the mark of a foot on its top that's filled with morning dew. There are quite a few candles around it. Here and there you notice offerings from the peasants of Yanidor. You drink the holy water and feel a surge of strength and confidence. You see a swamp ahead. The damp soil squishes under your feet. You become cold and uncomfortable. Suddenly, a white ghost of a calf appears from the bog. It looks at you and does not move. You read a protective Zagavar, and the ghost disappears. When you finish your sorcery, you realize that this calf was, in fact, a treasure. Striking it would make the calf fall apart into coins. You notice the burning eyes of demons nearby. Are they guardians of this treasure? Yanidor is covered with a bright pre-dawn mist. Amidst the hollow silence, you hear sounds of the village waking up. With old Yegor's directions, you quickly find the house of Yevdakia Fokovna. Nikolai knocks on the carved gates, and you are soon greeted by the hostess.
Evdokia Fokovna, God bless.
God bless.
God bless indeed. And who might you be?
We've come to speak to your daughter.
Ha! Came to make fun of my Akulina. I won't let you. Leave us alone.
Oh, we wouldn't dare. We want to help her.
Help her? Many have tried. None have succeeded. What makes you think you can?
I know how your daughter is suffering. That's why I want to help. I know how.
Very well. Couldn't hurt, I suppose. It surely couldn't get any worse. My girl suffers from an ikota, day and night. Akulina hides in the old Church of Transfiguration at night. The ikota is not so violent there. That's where you'll find her.
Thank you. Don't worry about your daughter. We will help.
Well, God willing, God willing.
Goodbye, Evdokia Fokovna.
The old Church of Transfiguration, a grim shadow in the crimson twilight of the early hours. The domes of this building tower silently over you. Hundreds of years and dozens of generations have passed under its roof. You can feel the wisdom stored within these majestic walls.
The sun is rising, yet I don't feel any less frightened.
Old stairs lead inside the church.
This place is too grim to be a Christian place.
The iconostasis has collapsed partially, as if it suffered a strong northern gale. The royal gates are crooked and no longer bar the entrance to the altar. It looks like some of the icons were torn out on purpose. Some of them stand facing the wall. The iconostasis has collapsed. In the dim light, you notice a heap of rags where the ikotnitsa Akulina lays. She seems to be sleeping. From time to time, the girl shudders from nightmares sent by the chort to haunt her. You call out to the girl. She jolts up and darts to the altar corner. Even amidst the gloom, you notice the way her arms are shaking.
Who are you? Don't hurt me, please.
Don't be afraid, Akulina dear. We won't harm you. I'm Vasa, and this is Kola. We want to help you. We'll need your cross for this. Can you trade it to us?
What am I to do without a cross? Broshka will eat me alive without it.
I'll trade you mine. I have two of them. One was given to me at birth, and I found the other on the battlefield.
We heard you have a Nikota.
Yeah, they say I have a chort inside me. It torments me.
Can we talk to it?
I can't make Broshka come out. He'll come out when he wants to.
Tell us about your chort.
What's there to tell? Sometimes he crawls out, sometimes he can do some sorcery. The other kids make fun of me.
The girl starts to whimper.
We can get rid of Broshka.
Get rid of him? Really? But he won't leave by himself.
Don't worry. I think I know how to draw his attention. I have to make the Ikota mad enough so that he leaves Akulina. How can I anger this particular chort? The broken icon at the entrance and the defaced iconostasis here are not a coincidence. It seems like he doesn't like icons, that Broshka of yours.
Yes, he made me deface the icons here.
I'll draw a circle and we'll start.
You sit Akulina in front of the iconostasis, and Nikolai puts the icons into place. You start to read a Zagavar. You learned it long ago, but your memory doesn't fail you. The words of the spell ring out with a thundering echo. You almost manage to finish the ritual when Akulina suddenly pushes you. Taken by surprise, your incantation of magic words stops. The girl starts to convulse. The Ikota has emerged out of her.
You call yourselves exorcists? This Zagavar is dated. No one uses that commencement now. What kind of witch are you? So out of fashion. Yuck.
Christ's kingdom.
It's impolite to make mention of such kingdoms in front of demons, I have you know. And you can't just go displaying icons. I hate icons.
Why do you haunt Akulina? Why do you torture the girl?
That's no business of yours. Well, on the other hand, I don't have anything else to do. Why not tell you?
You see, I study demons. They fascinate me.
There's nothing to tell, really. Yenidor used to be a wealthy churchyard near the springs. Merchants used to request prayers of thanks in this church when they returned from the north. I was once the sosiedko of this church.
Why would a church have a sosiedko?
Why not? The abandoned ones have much scarier things inside. Or am I not good enough? But now, no one lives here and no one visits the church. They only go to the stone one. So I crawled inside Akulina out of boredom.
Won't you leave the girl alone?
I might leave her if you beat me.
So you're the Ikota Chort?
So what if I am? Ain't I fine looking like a feline? What did you expect, a frog or something?
We need Akulina's cross.
Yes, I've heard. I need lots of things too. Tell you what, witch. If you beat me, I might even do both. Give you a cross and leave the girl.
No, tell me something else. So why don't you like icons?
Have you seen many charts that do? Or maybe we should open a church. We could call it Saint Chart, eh? You're a smart girl. Figured out that I don't like icons. They make me mad as hell. It's not that I'm against this new church, but you could at least make do without icons, right? These drawings, not my cup of tea. Gives me shivers.
We need Akulina.
Yes. Tell you what, witch. If you beat me, I might.
So be it, Broshka.
Here I come, Vasilisa. Away from my Akulina!
Away with you, demon!
just crawl inside the girl. You won't get me there.
Oh, no, you won't. I have a Zagover with your name on it.
Wait. Don't finish me off, Vasya. I'll tell you what. I'll leave Aquilina and come work for you. I can be useful, you'll see. I won't harm anyone. I'll be good.
Work for me? I have plenty of charts already.
Well, I'm not exactly a short. I can be of use like a Susietka, in fact.
Actually, we don't have a Susietko. That's not such a bad idea. What will Grandpa say to that? Alright, I'll take you, but you better watch it. No joking around.
Proshka leaves Aquilina, climbs your left shoulder, and then vanishes into black flames. The girl crumples and falls down, exhausted. Her face looks calm and serene. Proshka won't poison her life anymore. You switch out Nikolai's cross for that of the Ikotnitsa. The crucifix looks old and rotten. The demon's power has left its mark. You hope that Aquilina's soul was left untouched by it.
Now we have a cross. You see, Vasya? Ask, and ye shall receive.
Big deal. A demon's cross. Susietkas don't shun crosses either, I presume.
But on the other hand, we could do without this rattle box chort.
Why are you calling a rattle box?
Hush, Proshka. Don't be angry, Grandpa. He may be of use to us yet.
All right, we'll see if it works out. The only thing left to do is visit the spinner. Vasilisa and I are going to see the spinner. There's nothing for you to do there, Kolya. Understand?
Sure did.
And one more thing. Don't say anything about the Banya or the bride. The spinner can't stand demons, though she looks like one herself. Got it?
Who is the spinner?
A woman of sorts. Her name is Kapitalina Ivanna, but everyone calls her the spinner behind her back. She's quite knowledgeable. You don't want to mess with her. That's why I am coming with you. Don't go running your mouth. Speak nothing of the book. Got it?
What should I say to get the belt?
Good question, Vasilisa. Keep your ears open when you speak to her. Remember, do not mention demons. She does not like them. And you might as well disregard the fact that we needed the belt for a changeling girl. Now, if you show you are of knowledge, that would be good indeed. If she doesn't like you, or should you let anything sleep, the cost will be more than we can handle. Got it?
Understood, Grandpa. It's time we were on our way.
Yes, it's better go to her at night. I've arranged a cart for us.
Do you have any Kupala salve left?
If I only knew. We could fly, but feet will do. And another thing. There's this rich fellow, Petrov is his name. He asked me to check on his field. Says demons are ruining his crops. It's not far from Pintek. It so happens.
Well, what do you want? Can't you see? I'm all cozy here on the sleeping bench. I'm sleepy. Ask what you wanted. I need to sleep. Got tired.
Why did you transform into a cat?
Cats kill people. For protection, that is why. Well, what you looking at? Scared, eh?
Yeah, right. Cats give no quarter. It is good that our father Tsar's army keeps them in check.
So you don't believe me then? Let me tell you one story.
What kind of demon are you, Ikota?
That's how fiends are called. Ikota. If they possess people, that is. You know that. Wish to learn more? Any demon can become Ikota. Climb up on someone, got it, that's it. People will call you Ikota. Bet you can do it better than me.
Wanted to learn more about you. What were you doing before Akulina?
Alright, I'll tell you. It's a long story, mind you. I've told you before, I used to be a Susetko. For quite some time, I've lived there. The Transfiguration Church was built how long ago? Must be over 200 years. I am wise and old, you see. So you'd better heed my advices if you know what's good for you.
Never seen cats any wiser, that's true.
Good then.
Maybe you'll stop swooping your fur all over the Izba in 200 years, eh?
What? What about it? None of my concern. I have to look after the household anyway. You could have fixed the bench yourself, by the way. It creaks as hell.
Oh, I'll show you, you damn short.
Wait, Grandpa. You will do a better job, won't you, Proshka?
Sure, I bet one alright.
What with the church, then?
So about it. I've stayed as Susetko there from the time it was built.
You were Susetko over there in church, or were you from some other place?
In the church, I remember that well. But what was there before that building? Damn it. Can't quite remember. Let's talk a bit later. Maybe my memory will return.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
Well, Vasa, now I can say I've seen things. Cannon fire. A redoute, that's one thing. The devil himself, that's a whole different level. Still, I think that war is scarier. Much scarier than any chort. I still can't forget it.
You've seen too few shorts, Kolya.
Perhaps that's true, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to put up with it. I know how to get over this. I have an idea.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of stepping right into the fire, if only something turned up.
You could die, you know.
No. I'm not talking about something like a campfire. And I'm not planning on dying either. It's not the devil I have to overcome. Man's greatest enemy is himself. That's what I think.
What happened down there, in the war?
Bah, Vasya, you wouldn't be interested. This war was thought up by the devil and none other. Not by the Holy Spirit, that's for sure. I don't even want to remember. The thoughts alone make my hair white.
Is that why you started smoking?
Well, look at you. They don't call you knowers without reason. Well, yes. I'll start with something small, I think. To tell you the truth, I'm terrified even when I strike sparks with flint.
Old houses and banyas are often home to demons. The masters leave, but don't always take their host spirits with them.
What sort of spirits are those baniks?
Masters of the bathhouse, like a susetko in an izba. I don't think it was an ordinary place, the banya, before the worship of God.
What do you mean, before God?
I mean that our ancestors used to be worship the spirits of the hearth. Some Perm people still call upon Yan or Voipil.
You've been telling me how you got your Khaldun power.
Right, where were we? So, I became a shepherd boy. He taught me this and that at first at Prokopi. That one time, the cattle had wandered all over the place, and my chief turned up drunk. Drank a whole bottle of vodka. He couldn't move a muscle. Well, what other choice did I have? I went to collect them by myself. Managed to get almost all of them as midnight drew near. Had to pass Mikhail's crossroads on the way back. You know how that place is. So, there I am, with the cattle tagging along. The moment I stepped onto the crossroads, everything turned upside down. Winds out of nowhere, and what you know, swarms of shorts. Figured I'd quickly draw a circle around me, and so I did. And these shorts were just swarming on the edge of the circle. All sorts, you name it. Well, I think that's it. Everything turned out all right, as you see. Next time I'll tell you how I got out of it.
You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge will serve as your daily bread.
You catch a whiff of the disgustingly sweet smell of rot. Cold fear enters your soul when you guess what might be the source of the smell. A human body lies nestled in the grass. It is already unrecognizable from decay. You see an old wooden cross upon its breast. You dig a small grave and push the dead man inside. You read a prayer and continue your journey. All of a sudden, the tops of the trees rattle and clang. Alarmed, birds fly away, screaming in fear. You see a whirlwind filled with loose branches and dust from the road, headed your way. Your mentor removes a knife from his shirt and throws it at the whirlwind. It dissolves into a throng of enraged demons. You see a small demon sitting on a hillock. In his hand, he is holding a snake by its tail, swinging it from side to side. A swishing sound of the snake's body and its angry hissing fill the swamp area. You watch as the demon twirls the snake above his head. It seems as if he'll never grow tired of it. Suddenly, the snake slips from its claws and flies right at you. It's clearly angry. Worse yet, the demon runs after its toy. Despite the late hour, sounds of celebration are coming from the village. It turns out that a festive dinner has dragged on and turned into a non-stop festival. You notice the worried host, who looks like he can't wait to say goodbye to his guests. You offer to disperse the festival for the host. His distrust of you vanishes when, after a couple of your zagavers, furious winds send the suddenly worried guests scurrying home. The host rewards you with some of the dishes from a banquet table. Bathing in the moonlight, a moss-covered idol is hidden among the tall trees. You walk closer and see a fresh towel wrapped around it. The forest around you is silent. You meet a girl walking in the direction of Panteg. In her hands, she clutches a spindle that is emanating dark power. Old Yegor smirks, another of the spinner's victims. You call out to the peasant girl and convince her to get rid of the cursed spindle. Surprised, the girl follows your advice. You freeze with horror. A dead girl is dangling from a spruce tree's gnarled branch. You can't move. This strange fruit sways back and forth with a creak in the cold wind. She died recently. As soon as you draw a circle, two demons burst from the skin of the hanged girl. It seems that demons have reached the body before you. You feel at ease as you walk down the welcoming street of this village. A calm silence surrounds you. You almost pass through the village, but the silence is broken by loud laughter and the sounds of an accordion.
Vasilisa, is that you? Come on, join us.
I don't have the time.
Come on, your work is such a bore. 5 minutes here won't kill you.
All right, I have a little bit of time.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. On the field, you hear the steady sound of digging. Coming closer, you see a peasant moving the border of a field. The man looks startled when he sees you approach. He stops and calls out to you.
Is that you, Yegor?
It is I, with Vasilisa. God bless.
God bless. What are you looking at? I'm moving the border ditch. What of it?
Why are you moving the border ditch? You moved it quite far.
For good reason. The betrothed workers caused me nothing but grief. They deceived me, shot me in flour, only they didn't steal in broad daylight.
Have you spoken of it at the village meeting?
I have. Not much good it did me. Petrov's folks silenced me right away. I'll tell you what. If you curse the demons, I'll pay you.
Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. The closer you are to the house of the spinner, the more ominous the woods get. The decaying trunks of pines and spruces tower over the path like silent guardians. Your blood runs cold every other moment. You feel that the border between worlds is very thin in this part of the forest. You approach the skull hanging by the door. Suddenly, the bony head starts shaking. A burning coal that serves as an eye socket stops you in your tracks.
Oh joy, and Noah, are we? Finally, some fun. My eye isn't what it used to be. Who's that old-timer over there? I think I know him.
Will you let me pass to see the spinner?
With pleasure, but I'm ordered to test Noah. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be hanging around here in the first place. Anyway, we'll do it just like in the fairy tales. I'll give you 3 riddles. Solve any one of them, and I'll let you through. Solve none, or refuse to answer, I'll take one of your eyes. I'm short one, you see.
I'd say that's the least of your problems.
Well, are you up to it?
I want to look around first.
So, how do you like this Izba? Ours is quite a bit cozier, isn't it? Go speak to that skull. He's a doorman of sorts here. That's the spinner for you, always thinking up something crazy.
What do you mean, speak to the skull?
I mean that it used to be a Khaldun. The regular folks aren't likely to chat with it. We, knowers, are used to this sort of thing. It's something new the spinner thought up. Skulls such as these used to hang on the trees around here like effigies of sorts. This one is used as a kind of test. It would be best if you passed the test. This woman knows me, you see, but she's not familiar with you.
What's with the yarn on the paths?
You see it, do you? Ordinary folk don't. The yarn binds some poor Christians to the spinner. It's a strong and dark sorcery. You had better go and speak to the doorman.
What else should I know about the spinner?
Hush, child. These skulls report every little detail to that witch. Keep your lips sealed.
Ready to solve some riddles?
Wait, answer my questions first.
I have no answers for you. I only ask questions. Well, are you up to it?
Have it your way. Ask your riddles.
Listen to the first one, girl. There is a hamlet, folks packed together tight. Come morning the cock sings, yet no man stands upright.
There's a hamlet, folks packed in tight. Come morning the cock crows, yet no man stands upright. A cemetery. Proper dead men do not rise from the graves.
Correct. You solved the riddle. Only that man don't rise in the morning. Believe me, I know. You may pass, or you may try to guess another.
All right then. I'm off to see the spinner.
Evening, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Evening to you too, Yegor Yevlampevich.
The voice of the spinner is quiet and smooth, like the rustling of pages in the Black Book.
Brought you my little orphan. Became a knower recently, this one.
You sure did. But what are you thinking, poking around in my business? You took my spindle. It was doing my bidding, you know. I let it slide on account of you not knowing and all.
God bless Kapitalina Ivanovna.
She has the stirrings of a knower, your girl. Wouldn't make a bad successor for you. So why are you here? Not just to check up on an old woman, I should think.
We met your doorman. What of that skull?
Some lousy Khaldun. And Yeretnik, God rest his soul. Hasn't served his time yet, so he helps me around the house.
We saw a dead girl in Villas of Woods.
That was Marfa, I would guess. Didn't have money for a love potion. Was quite desperate, I gather. Well, it serves her right.
I wanted to ask you about this yarn you have here and around the house.
This witchery is not yet for you, Vasilisa. In time, you'll learn, perhaps. It's not the same as sending fiends for milk, mind you.
I need a woven belt. A powerful one, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Yes, I know you came for a belt. Only why would I give one to you?
Old Yegor warned me that I should watch my mouth around the spinner. How should I answer her? You're known all across the Uyezd for weaving the best belts, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
So I am. You aren't here without reason. I can indeed make good belts. You've become a knower, so I'll give you an enchanted belt. So what are you going to do with your chorts?
How am I supposed to answer that? I really don't know what to do with them. Shorts will help me become a powerful witch.
The filth will chew you up and spit you out. Never trust them. Yegor, the girl seems to follow in your footsteps. Oh, you're never after anything without reason. Always some kind of ruse. Been cooking up something with your demons, have you? I'll give you the belt. It'll help your pupil, but you'll help mine in turn.
Ush. Have it your way.
All right. Here's your belt. Don't forget your promise, Yegor.
You won't let me. Spinner is no simple witch. It's not the last time we'll hear of her. What are you running your mouth for? You miss the whipping so much? Or does a Leshy have control of your tongue? Now we'll have to help her. Heaven knows with what. All right, we've got the belt. Now we must plan our next moves. Well, you've got all the items you need. Now we can try freeing your bride. Since you have the book now, I can't go. I'm not that strong of a Khaldun anymore, to tell the truth. And Abdericha is a powerful spirit. She can charm and skin you alive so fast that you won't know what hit you. So, Vasya, you must prepare yourself properly. Perhaps you have some questions.
What kind of ritual should we perform? I don't remember you teaching me any such things.
I've never saved changelings from the banyas. I think you will need to go down beneath the floor. The bannik will test you there. You have all the right items, but don't forget your wits. Perhaps you have some questions.
What is that, Abdericha?
Who knows where this one came from? These things all emerge in different ways. They say a bannik settles in a banya where 40 children were born. As for this one, the only thing we can say for sure is that she switches out children. Is it an accident or not? Only the Abdericha can answer that. Perhaps you have some questions.
Time to hit the road.
Listen, Vasa, I have a problem. Before we go searching for the charts, can you help me with this business of mine? There is this old friend of mine. Trofim is his name.
The hunter from Kishkanogov Sloboda?
Right. He disappeared all of a sudden. I don't know what to think after this Abjiricha business. He could have been captured by the Leshi. Vasa, will you come with me to Sloboda to help find him?
All right. It's not far after all.
Right. Just a couple of hours away. Not far from Yenidor.
Wait! I lived in Sloboda when I was younger. I remember I had a stash there. Take it, Vasilisa. You might need it.
After a long walk on the old road, you see the wooden dome of the chapel, and then Pantina village itself. Tired from journeying, Nikolai walks into the first izba he sees to have a mug of kvass and to catch his breath. You grow weary. Something isn't right about this building. The gloomy hosts serve you and your companion, keeping you on the opposite side of the central beam. Judging by their faces, it seems to you that all is not right in this house. You quickly scan the room and the inner porch. No demons are to be found, so you go outside. When you raise your head, your suspicions are confirmed. A demon sits on the roof, lazily swatting at mosquitoes. You whisper your Zagavar, and the disgruntled Chort flies away with an audible squeak. Looks like he's been sitting on this roof for quite a while. You wonder why he decided to settle here in the first place. Chances are, a Khaldun sent him here for a job, but forgot all about him. A dry wind drives small whirlwinds along the road in front of the person who is walking towards you. You calm Nikolai down. This Zagavar peddler is familiar to you.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge will serve as your daily bread.
You easily find Yegor's herb stash on the outskirts of the village. In the gallbets of an abandoned izba, you find a pot that is covered in dust. As soon as you pick it up, chorts appear. It seems old Yegor left behind his herbs, along with those guarding them. Recognizing an heir of the old Khaldun, the Chorts flee in horror. You open the clay jar and indeed discover a multitude of useful herbs. Even dry, they haven't lost their magical properties. A lively, small river pierced the sandy bank here, forming a wall above the noisy water. You see a strange, dark figure sitting by the water. You sense it's not a demon, but not quite a regular human either. When you come closer, you see it's the Holy Fool with her revolting smile.
A witch and a soldier. What a pair. A lord and a lady.
God bless. Is this the way to Sloboda?
It is. What are you leading there for, huh?
Old woman, maybe you've seen a friend of mine. He's a hunter. Trofim is his name.
I heard he's gone missing. Well, such is life. But I haven't seen him, no.
You haven't, you say?
Not since the first snow, no. He's a hunter, wanders around the forest.
And you, old woman, what are you doing here at this late hour?
Can't I have a drink of water at night? I've got no time for you. No time!
The woman abruptly jumps up and with impressive agility disappears into the bushes.
A strange woman. Gives me the creeps. Might she be a witch or a demon?
No, doesn't look like it. But I did sense something odd.
Well, Sloboda is close.
You barely encounter anyone in the sleeping village, but Nikolai sets to work with fervor. You look around. It seems that the store is still open, thanks to its attached pothouse. A somber wall of coniferous forests stands black on the horizon.
Well, he went missing quite a long time ago. We've been searching for him for a week or two already, right? Must have fell into a bog of some sort. God rest his soul.
Well, well. He might turn up yet.
God willing.
Did he go missing before?
In the middle of the summer? Never. During the hunting season it is to be expected. He went away for a long time. And now? Strange thing. Not even a drinker, that one. People saw him speaking to Lucaria, the Holy Fool, before he disappeared. People asked her, but she knows nothing. A fool, what do you expect? With the amount of misfortunes she had, no wonder she lost her mind.
What happened to her?
She used to be an ordinary gal, but then her husband passed away, and her child followed him. Since then she has gone mad. Left the village and built a hut in the swamps. Lives off a pittance.
Where can we find her?
She lives in the swamps to the north of here, in a crooked little hut. I myself haven't seen it, but people talk. Though if I were you, I would keep away from those swamps. A dark place. We rarely pass there, only if you want to take a shortcut to Yanidor.
What might she discuss with Trofim?
Devil knows. Ask her herself.
Tell me about your swamps.
They are called Kasyan swamps. I don't know who Kasyan is, but one thing is for sure. The paths through these swamps are winding. One could easily lose their way.
On our way, we ran into a frightening woman.
That was Lucaria. Who else? Every village has its black sheep. We have Lucaria.
Kolya, if you remember, the woman told us that she hasn't seen Trofim.
Right. Something's fishy here.
Let's head to her hut and question the mistress.
Wait, you're not a knower, are you? Could you fix our creek? It's a bit to the west. Whisper a bit or something? What a creek it once was. They call it Dog Creek now.
Very well. Thanks for your assistance. We'll offer our help if we're nearby.
God bless.
A river flow has burst out from the overgrown slope and gurgles down the wooden trough to the crooked platform, long since rotted through and obviously forgotten. You sense ancient devil sorcery nearby, and unwittingly tighten your grip on the book. By intuition, you look under the platform. You were right. You meet the gaze of a devil idol, dug from the earth by the flow of the river. Looks like the local peasants are deterred by this ancient sorcery. Swamp water glitters menacingly with the sharply pointed stars of the night sky. Nikolai walks in front of you as you pass over hillocks and dry ground. He says that during the service, he had to find his way through even nastier swamps. In the dawn mist, you can finally make out the izba you're looking for. Its black windows gaze at you, like the eyes of a dead man. You hide by the house and listen to drowning silence. The host disappears soon enough. Nikolai tries to grab her, but loses his balance and falls down. The holy fool runs for the forest with incredible agility. Though you lost the fool in the dark, Nikolai follows her tracks as if you were following her in broad daylight. You step under the thick canopy of the unwelcoming forest and pause. You hear a terrible crunch in front of you that evokes the image of dry bones. You're greeted by a huge chort.
No, wait! Wicked people! Villains! Don't touch my child!
Jesus and his troops. Does she think it's her child?
Get out of the forest! I didn't call you, nor would I ever wish to, you damned Kuldoons!
Is she out of her mind? Or is it something we're not seeing? What sort of demon are we dealing with here? Could it be she's a friend of the Leshy? No, doesn't look like it. Lord, she nursed her changeling for so long. Soon it outgrow the forest itself. It's clear now. No one grows that much eating regular food.
You're a changeling, you damned witch!
Where is Trefim, you hysterical woman?
Kolya, look around. She's been feeding a demon. Feeding it with people.
My child must eat, yes. He needs food to grow.
Cursed woman. I'll show you how to kill people.
Wait, let's question her first. Where did you get the changeling?
There's no changeling here. Only my girl, my Lucaria.
Try to remember. We may be able to help you.
Lucaria, hush, my girl. They will leave soon, and soon you'll have a nap.
You won't learn anything from her.
It's so unlikely we'd find the girl. Who knows how long it took for it to grow that much? Who knows how much dreadful food? I don't even want to think about it. Step aside. We'll banish this demon.
Banish yourself, you filth. Leave me and my Lucaria alone. Begone! Begone!
We can't leave this chort alone. The next thing you know, he'll feast on Sloboda and Pantina.
That won't happen. We'll burn it. I have to do it. For Trefim's sake. Shoo!
Begone! Begone!
There's no talking to her. Her mind is gone.
Here is what I think. She's as guilty for my friend's death as the demon. Who knows how many more died because of her? She has to pay for her evil deeds.
We should burn this chort. She can burn with it if she so wishes.
Nikolai lights the dry branches with his flint, and fire quickly engulfs the chort. Soon, ash is all that remains of him and his holy fool of a patron.
What a night. I'm glad that chort is finished, but I'm still scared. I feel uneasy about that woman. Oh, Vasia, we shouldn't have done it.
Nonsense. She might have tried to get the changeling back. We wouldn't let that happen.
How many horrible chorts like that is there in our Uyest?
It's not the last of them, that's for sure. That's the very reason Khalduns are needed. To help the regular folk, and save them from evil spirits.
Oh, I need to catch my breath. I better go home and sleep. Trefim. Vasia, did we at least help the right village?
There's no doubt about it, Kolya.
Thank you, Vasilisa. If you need anything, you can always count on me. Don't doubt it.
Oh, Yegor, thank God I caught you.
I am not in charge around here anymore. Vasilisa is the one you're looking for.
What kind of life is it here? 1 minute it's hunger, another war. Oh well, at least my cow is still healthy. What was I saying? Some time ago, I was walking along the Bonevsk road late at night. There, on the other shore. A frightful place, I tell you. Then, all of a sudden, something clattered and shot past me. Like a whirlwind, I tell you. God help me, I made it home.
All right. I'll go check if there are any demons there.
I'm not worried about that. put a Zagavar on me, will you?
Don't you know there's nothing better than the sign of the cross?
All right. I'll whisper something. What with you coming all this way and all?
Oh, thank you, kind girl.
Thank you, Vaisa, for not letting down.
Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's Head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. While passing a small birch grove, you notice the golden flowers of the tirlich herb. The ground is covered with its flowers, as if it were a golden carpet. You hold your breath and bow 6 times. When you rise from the final bow, you see that only one flower remains. Where the others have gone is a mystery. You carefully cut down the tirlich herb and take it with you. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. You notice deep, humanoid tracks. It's unclear whether they were left during rain or if someone heavy walked here recently. Still, you feel some uneasiness when you get closer. You come closer and study the tracks. It is obvious now why you had an uneasy feeling looking at them from afar. Each track is glowing with a dull, blue sorcerer's light that only witches can see. People like you. A Khaldun put one of his demons in the tracks so that they would curse passers-by. All of a sudden, one of the tracks erupts into a blue flame. A demon appears and moves towards you. Unwilling to walk around with someone else's curse, you brace yourself for a fight. With the demons gone, the blue light of the tracks fades as well, along with the evil sorcery. It's lonely and scary on the road at night. Around you is an unfriendly silence, broken only by the sound of your footsteps. The old graves at the crossroads have no offerings. You hear the sound of wheels tearing through the silence of the sleeping road like a knife. Ahead, you see the silhouette of a wagon moving in your direction. The cart is filled with freshly cut ears of grain. You move aside as the wagon rushes past with a crashing noise. The driver glares at you, and for a moment, it seems to you as if a fire is gleaming in his eyes. The cart soon disappears into the night, and everything is quiet again. Amidst the branches, you notice a glint of the demon's eyes. It seems that the Chorts are waiting to ambush some unwitting passerby. Nikolai walks forward, pretending as if he hasn't noticed the Chort. As soon as the demon lunges at him, Nikolai grabs the demon and shoves him off the cliff. One less demon to deal with. A motley swarm of peddlers has created a small fair by the village. Some traders have stayed rather late. You might get lucky and find something useful among their varied goods.
Low prices, come and see for yourself. Buy some herbs and other goods I've brought for you from the woods.
It seems someone was expecting you. Someone appears to have cursed the peasant's cow, and it stopped giving milk. You try to remember. Was this your doing? One way or the other, you whisper requisite zagavers, and now the animal will recover. The thankful hosts give you some fresh bread and a small pot of honey. The door to the abandoned banya opens with a shrill creak. After that, the old building is silent, waiting for the ritual to begin. You can only guess how this ritual will end. Some fitting spells come to mind. However, none of them were made to free changelings. Your heart skips a beat when you look upon the unknown, dim as the dark interior of a stove. You start with a usual summoning Zagavr, hoping that Nikolai's bride will answer you. Perhaps you'll just have to give her all of the requisite items. The Zagavr soon comes to an end, and the changeling girl stands before you.
We brought the things we promised. Soon you'll be free.
The girl tries to say something, but an unintelligible whisper is all that escapes her lips. Her entire figure seems tinged with smoke.
What's going on? We can't understand you.
The girl covers her mouth. Her figure screams despair. Tears drip from her empty eye sockets. You whisper an old Zagavr, and you finally understand what she's saying. Her voice calls to you, as if from far away.
The one called Banik dwells in darkness. She wouldn't let the accursed children go. The stove, the fire, the boiling water, the flayed skin. These are the keys to her domain. I am the third from the left, and all that is colored with blood. Mind you, that...
The girl doesn't manage to finish the sentence. She is engulfed with flames and clouds of steam. The shelves fall over when a hole to the ethereal world opens like a maw.
I've never seen such a thing before.
The entrance to the underground burns with unbearable heat. You recall this happening when you stepped into the maw of the Hellhound. This time, old Yegor isn't around. Your confidence in your ability to get out is also nowhere to be found. You tell Nikolai to wait for you in the banya and step inside. The world flashes with blinding heat. You're familiar with the feeling of passing between worlds. However, once again, even on this, your third time, it sweeps over you like a sudden gale and slams you mercilessly to the ground. When you come to, you're surrounded by a ringing silence. Nikolai lies at your side. He too is stunned from the teleportation, but is already coming to his senses. He obviously didn't listen to your instructions.
Kolya, are you alright? I told you to wait in the banya.
But I couldn't just leave you like that alone. I can keep it together now, I think.
Well, the more the merrier, I suppose. Anyway, there's no way back now. Follow me.
Such a fearsome girl. You'd better stay behind me.
Don't get yourself killed. What did the girl say again? The stove, the fire, the boiling water, flaying the skin are the keys to her domain.
You continue your journey into the domain of the Abdiricha. Nikolai tags along, constantly glancing around. Nikolai tags along, constantly glancing around. You don't blame him, for you are also alarmed. And suddenly, it seems you are right to be. A couple of chorts bar your way. The defeated chorts vanish into the thick subterranean shadows. You move further along the grim corridors. Nikolai follows you. You notice he's clenching the cross taken from the Ikotnitsa. His knuckles are white, and his hands shiver, but his eyes are full of determination. One tight corridor leads to another. The lower you go, the harder it is to breathe. Your path is lit only by burning embers and the scattered rays of the dawn coming from the human world somewhere above. It seems this journey will never end when suddenly, a black figure bars your way.
Who's sneaking around there in the dark? We can smell you. We can. Reeks of life will clean you up. Get rid of stinking skin as well.
Greetings to you, Bannock hostess. Be so kind as to let us stay here, down below.
Hear us out, Bannock dear!
Invited ourselves, we did. I am the mistress here. Can't order me around, can you? Can you? What brings you here, down below?
Why do you steal Christian children? Why don't you let them go?
Who steals children? Who steals children? These are my children. It's quiet here in the dark. It's quiet here in the dark. It's warm from the stove. We're doing just fine here without you living ones. What brings you here, down below?
We came to ask for your daughter's hand. I have a young groom, you have a fine bride. Can we bring them together?
No! There's no brides here below! Only embers. Embers burn? Warm old bones.
Yeah? Who burned my arm then? An ember shaped like a hand?
A mark! A mark! A seal on the hand! You find it out. Figure it out.
Well, give us the girl. We know she's here.
All right. Have it your way. We'll show you a bride. Not one, even not one. Choose the one that's yours. You chose wrong. You'd stay here. Here to stay. I'll spin your hair on a rake, then take off your skin.
What should we do, Vasia? They all look alike.
You remember what the changeling said in the Banya? I am the third from the left, and all that is colored with blood. She tried to say something else, but vanished.
Well, I can choose on my own, I guess. After all, I'm to live with her.
me guess who the real one is here.
You chose. Guessed it. You got lucky. Probably just lucky. How are they lucky? Why?
We've chosen the bride. Now let her go.
Give her back? Our girl? No. We can't let her go, can we? No, a bride needs a dowry, right? Yes, I'll give you the dowry. I will. Choose the right one, and we'll let the girl go. Choose the right one.
These chests all look lush. What are we to do?
What'd your bride tell us? I am the third from the left, and all that is colored with blood. Well, we choose the third one from the left.
These demons sure are cunning.
Let me choose a fine one for you.
You chose. You guessed it. But how? The girl told you. You couldn't guess any other way.
You promised to give us our bride if we guessed right.
You did, but you shouldn't have, right? No, you won't leave here alive. No. I'll flay your skin as a lesson.
You promised to give us the bride.
I will. Right after I take your skin.
Give us the bride, and we'll leave.
Quickly, we have to make it. Did you bring what I asked you to?
Here is the belt and the cross. And your name is?
I can't believe it. Am I free?
Yes, the demons can't hurt you now. It's dangerous to stay here. The place is unclean, not to mention all the logs flying around. Let's go to our spa. We'll talk there.
All right. And the banitsa vanished. And here I am.
What a tale! Well, Kolya, you sure got lucky. Sure did find me a fine maiden, a pretty one.
Huh?
Come on, old Yegor. Don't be like that.
Ah, don't worry. I'm not trying to curse you or anything.
I don't know what to do now.
So, Kolya, are you going to make good on your word?
I sure am. I'm doing it all by the book, nice and proper. But where would the matchmakers go?
I remember the village the Abdericha stole me from. I remember the minute you freed me. I lived in Pakcha. My relatives still live there. Send the matchmakers there. Though I need to go there with Vasilisa first. You'll find your aspen demon there.
Remember I asked you to question the Abdericha about an aspen demon?
She switched me with an aspen chort, it turns out. This chort now lives with my family, with my mother and father.
That's where we'll go. That's the kind of demon I need.
Good, I remember the way.
She's gone. I doubt...
It's not so easy to get rid of her. Soon she'll revive in the dark. She can't die. I'm not entirely in the human world, to tell the truth. Until I'm married, she can bring me back.
How are you still alive after 18 years?
Nothing to it, really. Wherever the Banya stove is lit, we're with her. Her mind has grown weak, sort of. She's rather old. But she's also taught me things. She's taught me quite a bit. I am an ogre myself, to a certain extent.
Let's go then.
Hello to you, witch! The talk of the West is that you're a powerful knower, so I came to you. I brought some bread. It's stale, but it's all I have. There's an Yertnik in our cemetery terrorizing the entire area. She died, you see, but hadn't passed on her shorts. You know how it goes.
Very well. I'll drop by when I'm near.
I still wonder how word gets out in the land of Perm. I traveled to Vilgord. No one fears me like they used to anymore. Must have heard that I transferred the power to you.
Why would the Banya bride need these sort of things?
I reckon it's the only way she can get out of the ethereal world. She needs things from the human world. You see, there's no living man without a cross, a belt, and a name. This girl never had any of that.
So why weren't you killed at the crossroads?
So the fiends circled around me. Well, I think that's it. We'll meet Timofey soon. Then I see one demon wearing a red hat. So I grabbed it. Then everything froze. Turns out the hat was changed to him. The demons went round and round, glaring at me with their fiery eyes. And their leader says, "Return the hat, I'll do anything." He could bring back my brother, though. I asked him then, "Where do you come from, you accursed demons?" And what do you know? Prokopy, the holy fool, sent them for me as a sort of a sacrifice. It wasn't the master of the forest who helped him, but demons all along. The children who disappeared in Vilgord were also his doing. He fed them all to his chorts. Timofey among them. Devil curse Prokopy's soul. If I ever see him in hell, even there I'll try to curse him. I'll make sure he suffers. I will.
What did you do with the chorts?
Send them to kill Prokopy. In the end, everyone thought he had drank one too many. But it was my shorts. That's not the end of it, but I'm tired. Next time I will tell you about the Black Book.
Well, what do you want? Can't you see? I'm all cozy here on the sleeping bench. I'm sleepy. Ask what you wanted. I need to sleep. Got tired.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
Feels like it was all in a dream.
I felt this way also, when I first stepped into the ethereal world.
I feel as if I've been asleep for all my life.
They say the changelings learn a lot from evil spirits.
That's true. The Banning's been teaching me. Urged me on with burning coals, so I would learn better. Well, now I know quite a bit.
Like a witch?
Well, maybe not like a witch. I'm nowhere close to you. I know a thing or two, though, about herbs, talismans, and so on. Maybe I'll help you sometime.
How does it feel to finally be in a human house?
It's exactly the way I imagined it. A different world entirely. There used to be undead, darkness, but here, there's life.
Were the other children with you?
There were. Not for long, though. The ones that you saw were made by the Abdiricha out of coals. But there were others. If a woman giving birth curses her child, or if somebody doesn't ask for permission to come in, the Abdiricha tried to lure them in. Always had some coals shaped as toys or candy in her hands. So when the child came close, she grabbed it.
Where are those other children?
That's the thing. Not everyone lives through it. Some are strangled by chords, some perish from sadness. I had friends, you know.
Let's go. We'll talk later.